Hi everyone, in this video we'll be learning about subtraction with vectors. More specifically, we'll be learning how to subtract one vector from another graphically. So by the end of this video, you should definitely know how to draw the difference of two vectors. So let's get started. Given two vectors like the ones we see here, u and v, we'll be learning two different methods for subtracting one vector from another graphically. And the first method, I'll just write it here, method 1, there we go, method 1, involves rewriting or rethinking the subtraction we're faced with as an addition. Here's what I mean. Let's say we had to draw u minus v, or rather the vector u minus the vector v. Well, because we can think of any subtraction as adding the opposite of, we can rewrite this as vector u plus the opposite of vector v. And looking at the vector v that we have here, the opposite of vector v, which we sometimes call negative v, is the vector which is parallel to this one, has the same length but points in the opposite direction. In other words, the opposite of vector v would be this vector right here. There we go, and I'll label that negative v right here. Now that that's done, to draw u plus the opposite of v, we can use the tail to head method for adding two vectors, which we've seen before but I'll remind us of here. It works as follows. To draw u plus the opposite of v, starting from any point we want, we draw vector u. So let's say I start right here, and I'll make a copy of this green vector u. So that would look something like this. There we go, that's my vector u. Now from the head of this vector, so at this point right here, I draw the vector that's being added to u, and that's the vector opposite of v, or negative v. And negative v, remember, is the orange vector we have up here. So starting from the head of vector u, I'll make a copy of that negative v, which looks something like this. There we go, that's negative v. Finally, the result or resultant of adding this vector u to this vector negative v is the vector we obtained by joining the tail of vector u to the head of vector negative v. So that would be this red vector I'm drawing right now. There we go. That's the vector u plus negative v, which as we can see here is the same as vector u minus vector v. And so I'll quickly label that vector. That's vector u minus vector v. Done. That's the first method for subtracting one vector from another graphically. Now, although this method is perfectly valid in the sense that we can definitely subtract one vector from another graphically using this method, what I really want to make sure of in this video is that you're comfortable with the second method we'll learn now. And so I'll go ahead and write method 2 here. Method 2. Okay, now to learn this second method, we'll again use these vectors u and v, but this time, instead of redefining our subtraction as adding the opposite of, we'll really focus on understanding subtraction with vectors. And for that, let me make a quick sidestep to illustrate what we already know about subtraction with numbers. The reason for that is because, as we're about to see, subtraction with vectors works very much in the same way. Here's what I mean. Consider the subtraction 5 minus 2. Well, as we all know, 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. And now let me illustrate all of this on a number line. So if I quickly draw a number line, something looking like this, there we go, and I'll say 0 is right here, 2 is here, and I'll say 5 is here. The fact that we get 3, or rather positive 3, when we subtract 2 from 5, tells us that starting from 2 on the number line, to get to 5, we need to move 3 units to the right. And I'll illustrate that with a little arrow here, and I'll put a plus 3 on top. And as simple as this result and this arrow may seem, this actually tells us quite a bit. Indeed, as soon as we subtract one number from another, for instance when we calculate a minus b, the result we get, which I'll go ahead and say is some number which I'll call k, tells us the path to follow on the number line to get from the number that we're subtracting, which we can think of as our starting value on the number line, and I'll just write start, to the number that we're subtracting from, and I'll call that the finishing value or final value on the number line. And I'll say that again, when we subtract one number from another, the result we get tells us the path to follow on the number line to get from the number that we're subtracting to the number we're subtracting from. And as we're about to see, the same principle will apply when subtracting one vector from another. But one more important thing before I show you how to subtract one vector from another, it's important to keep in mind that both 5 and 2 are defined relative to the same reference point 0. Indeed, the 5 we have here is only equal to 5 because it's 5 units away from 0, and the 2 that we have here is equal to 2 because it's 2 units away from the same 0. So as such, these two numbers, 5 and 2, are defined relative to the same reference point or the same starting point. Okay, now that all of that's been said, let's see how we can find u minus v graphically. Well, in the same way as what we've just said and what we've just seen here, to subtract one vector from another graphically, we need to define them both, so draw them both, relative to a same reference point. What that means is we're going to draw both of these vectors, u and v, starting from the same point. And it doesn't matter where that point is, I'll go ahead and say it's right here. And so from this point, I'll go ahead and draw vector u as well as vector v. So let's see, vector u would look something like this. There we go, that's vector u. And vector v, well, it looks something like this. There we go, that's vector v. Okay, now let's say we have to draw vector u minus vector v. Well, in a very similar way to what we saw here, the result of vector u minus vector v will tell us how to get from the point that vector v is pointing towards to the point that vector u is pointing towards. So, just as what I wrote down here, we could think of the point that vector v is pointing towards as the starting point, and the point that vector u is pointing towards as the finishing point, or the final point. So the result of vector u minus vector v will be a vector which tells us how to get from the head of vector v to the head of vector u, which would be this vector right here. There we go. That's vector u minus vector v. And just to let that sink in, let's say we now had to draw vector v minus vector u. Well, again, we'd start by drawing both of these vectors from the same point. And so I'll go ahead and say that point is right here. And I'll draw vector u again, so that looks something like this. There we go, that's my vector u. And I draw the vector v right here. There we go, that's vector v. And in this case, the vector that's being subtracted is vector u, so the result of vector v minus vector u will be the vector which tells us how to get from the head of vector u to the head of vector v, which would be this vector right here. There we go. That's vector v minus vector u. And although these illustrations are in no way drawn to scale, hopefully you can appreciate that the two vectors we have here, u minus v and v minus u, are both parallel, have the same length, but point in opposite directions. In other words, the vector we obtain when we find v minus u is the opposite of the vector we obtain when we find u minus v, which hopefully comes as no surprise. Okay, so we've now seen the two methods for subtracting one vector from another graphically. So now let's quickly move on to see how we can define a vector using subtraction. And so let's see, I'll make a little box down here. There we go. And we'll do all of that inside this box. So let's see, let's say I've got a point A, a point B, a point C somewhere here, and we'll say a point D up here. And the vector that will be of interest to us right now will be the vector AB. So that's the vector which starts at point A and finishes at point B. Okay, any vector like the vector AB we have here can be defined as a subtraction, that is one vector being subtracted from another, provided the two vectors have the same starting point and one of them points towards the head of AB and the other points towards the tail of AB. So for instance here, this vector AB could be defined as vector CB minus vector CA. And in fact, we could write that here. We could say vector AB equals to vector CB minus vector CA. Indeed, following everything we've just seen with method 2 here, we know that the result of this subtraction CB minus CA is the vector which tells us how to get from the head of CA, that's the vector that's being subtracted, to the head of vector CB, that's the vector we're subtracting from. But in a similar way, we could have also said that this vector AB is equal to vector DB minus vector DA, since again, these two vectors have the same starting point, D, and DB points towards the head of AB, and DA points towards the tail. So we could also write AB equals to DB minus DA. And being comfortable with this type of result is very important, as it often appears in exam questions. In fact, we'll finish this video with the extract of an exam question we have here, in which we're told, in the diagram, so that's the diagram we see here, the vector OA can be defined as vector P, the vector OB can be defined as vector Q, and M is the midpoint of AB. So let's see, vector OA is this vector here, so that's vector P. Vector OB is this vector here, which we're told we can call Q, and M, which is right here, is the midpoint of this line segment AB. So that tells us that AM is equal to MB. Okay, next we're told find, in terms of the vectors P and Q, vector expressions for the vector AB and the vector AM. Okay, well the vector AB, that's the red vector I'm drawing right now, this long vector here. And following what we've just seen here, hopefully you can tell right away that this vector AB, well, it will equal to vector OB minus vector OA. Indeed, both OB and OA have the same starting point, that's this point O here, and OB points towards the head of AB, and OA points towards the tail. So for question 1, we can quickly state that vector AB is equal to the vector OB minus the vector OA, and so in terms of the vectors P and Q, since OB is equal to Q and OA is equal to P, we can quickly state that AB is equal to Q minus P. And that's the answer. Next, we move on to question 2, in which we have to define the vector AM in terms of the vectors P and Q. And so I'll do that here. Question 2, there we go. Okay, now because M is the midpoint of AB, we can quickly conclude that the vector AM, which is this purple vector I'm drawing right now, there we go, well, that's equal to 1/2 of the vector AB. In fact, I'll quickly write that. Since M is the midpoint, we can state that AM must equal to 1/2 of the vector AB. But as we've just seen, the vector AB is equal to the vector Q minus the vector P. So this must equal to 1/2 times, in parentheses, vector Q minus vector P. And I'll carry on over here to state the final answer, AM. Well, that's going to equal to the result we get by distributing this 1/2 across this pair of parentheses the usual way. In other words, that quickly turns into 1/2 times vector Q minus 1/2 times vector P. And that's the answer. And there we go. Hopefully you're leaving this video having a good understanding of how to draw subtraction with vectors, whether it be using method 1 or method 2, and I would strongly suggest you get familiar with both of these methods. And hopefully you're now also quite comfortable in defining a vector, like the vector AB we had down here, as a subtraction of one vector from another. All that being said and done, that's it for this tutorial.